Hello and welcome everybody to another installment of our Career Video Library series with NSC Career Services. My name is Zach. I am the Coordinator of Employer Relations here. I am joined today by Elsa from Touro University, Nevada to talk a little bit about the 3+1 program they have with Nevada State. So I'm going to go ahead and just have her introduce herself.
Hello, everyone. Yes, thank you so much for having me. As Zach mentioned, my name is Elsa Macias. I am the Admissions and Recruitment Program Manager for the 3+1 partnership program we have with Nevada State College, as well as the MHS program, which is our Master of Science in Medical Health Sciences program.
Awesome, thank you. So can you tell us a little bit about Touro University, Nevada and the mission of the institution?
Absolutely. So a little bit about Touro University, Nevada. So we were founded in 2004. We do have a sister campus, Touro University, California. We are a Jewish sponsored institution. And it doesn't mean you have to be of the Jewish faith to attend. It just means we are Jewish affiliated. We are the largest medical school in Nevada, and our mission is to provide quality education in the fields of healthcare and education in concert with the Judaic commitment to social justice, intellectual pursuit, and service to humanity.
Awesome, great, thank you. Can you talk a little bit about the Medical Health Sciences 3+1 program at Touro and NSC and what makes it unique?
Yeah, absolutely. So I do have a few slides to share, so I'll be sharing my screen momentarily. But if you're not familiar with the 3+1 program, so it's a pathway program to medical school. So a lot of applicants, a lot of students are interested in some kind of healthcare career. They may, not have an idea of what, but they know they want to be involved in their community, which is great. So the 3+1 program, what it is, you can obtain your Bachelor's of Science at Nevada State College in 3 years. And then your fourth year, you would obtain your master's in medical health sciences at Touro University, Nevada. So let me pull this up really quick. I'm going to share my screen. It'll just be a little bit easier. All right, there we go. So the selection process goes, and this is a relatively new partnership program, so we're still kind of ironing out some of those details as far as the application and what that's going to look like. We do want to host like an all-day interview for the students, but we're looking for Nevada State students that are involved in community service. They will be selected during their freshman and sophomore year at Nevada State. So we look for those that were active in their undergraduate careers as well as high school activities, those that are knowledgeable and have a dedication to the fields of medicine. So these are the course requirements to be a part of the 3+1 program. I'm not going to dive too much into the specific courses. These are listed on the Touro Nevada website as well as the Nevada State College website. So depending on if you're aiming for, let's say, the physician assistant studies program or perhaps a doctor of osteopathic medicine program, there may be some additional courses that we would recommend that are specific to those careers. But as far as the requirements, those are the ones that I just showed right here. So the benefits, we do have 25 spots that are available. That's kind of our cap for those that will matriculate to Touro, Nevada through the MHS program. But we'll provide the students with extra study skills, there's extra academic counseling, tons of support. And again, it's a pathway to the healthcare career. And it's going to save you lots of time and lots of money. So we encourage you, if you are a freshman or a sophomore now, definitely reach out to your advisor for some guidance to make sure you're on track, just to make sure that you're kind of starting out on the right track with those courses leading up to, of course, MHS or your healthcare specific career. And I'm going to start this right quick. Okay, there we go.
Okay, awesome. So can you talk a little bit about what the benefits of the medical health sciences degree is? And I guess it's 2 degrees. So what the benefit of getting these 2 degrees is?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and again, MHS, it's not a career specific degree. So it's not just for students that are interested in the Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. It's not just for those that are interested in the PA program. We have students that, are interested in dentistry, are interested in podiatry. So it gives you that foundation for essentially any healthcare career. So as far as MHS, there are so many benefits. And I tell people, it's a really great way to get you prepared for the rigors of that next step, whether that's medical school or PA school or OT or whatever the case may be. So let's say you're not able to join the 3+1 program, that's okay. You can still apply directly to MHS after graduation. So just know that MHS, it's 11 months long. It is, of course, it's a master's program, so you'll obtain your master's degree, 11 months long, and it begins in July of each year. And it's a very rigorous program consisting of about 30 to 31 credits. But what Touro, Nevada offers with the MHS program is the linkage from MHS to either your choice of the DO program or the PA program. So primarily our applicants are really drawn to the program because it allows them that pathway to either PA or DO. But of course, there's tons of benefits in general. It's really giving you the competitive edge above other applicants. So instead of applying directly to medical school and perhaps you don't get a chance to have an interview, or let's say you do interview, but you don't get accepted, and everyone asks me, they're like, Elsa, I meet all the admissions requirements. I've met all my minimum, direct patient care hours. I check all the boxes. Why haven't I gotten that acceptance? And that's a really tricky answer because, every year it's such a competitive program. So what I tell people is that MHS really gives you the chance to prove yourself and demonstrate that you are capable of a rigorous science education. So what's cool about our faculty is that the faculty that teach our DO and PA programs is the same faculty that teach MHS. So it gives you the chance to build those relationships. They get to know you. They get to really advocate for you when it's time for the interview process. So speaking of the interviews, people say, well, what's the point of a master's if it's not going to get me anywhere? It does get you somewhere because we do guarantee at least the interview for your choice of either the DO or the PA program. Of course, admission to those programs is not guaranteed. You have to still meet the MCAT requirement. You still have to take the GRE. But as far as, giving you the opportunity to interview and that preparation, that's what we offer. Additionally, we provide our students with GRE and MCAT prep. So let's say you took the exam one time and you didn't do so well, you need to retake it. We provide that opportunity, that additional resource to our students. Same thing with mock interviews. If you've never interviewed, maybe you've just interviewed for your job, but you don't know how to kind of what to expect as far as an interview for a medical school. So we prepare our students for all those, the interviews, the test prep. We have an amazing support system because a lot of people ask me, well, how can you really guarantee that I'm going to be accepted to the DO program or the PA program? Well, of course, that's really up to you, but we have those support systems in place to ensure that you're successful. Our faculty have an open door, or I guess an open Zoom policy, where you can access them, as often as you need to. They want to make sure that you're successful. We also have OASIS, which is our Office of Academic Services and Institutional Support. So anything academic related. So if you need like tutoring, or you need some extra help, or you just need someone to talk to, you're trying to figure out how to balance, your work-life balance, and maybe you need to relearn how to study, or you need to just kind of balance out a couple of things. So we offer all of those additional academic services, of course, absolutely free for our students to ensure that you're successful in that, matriculation from MHS to that program of choice.
That's awesome. It's amazing how much support students get. And I know I've met with many students who are pre-med, and there's a lot of uncertainty about the process of applying to medical school and about whether or not they can get in and things like that. So this sounds like a really good option to give you maybe a little sense of security that, you have this extra thing to put on your resume, that you have this master's and things. So
exactly. And just like you said, it's more than anything, it's that plan B. So if you're kind of like, well, I've done already a self-post-bac and I don't know what else to do, or I've already applied to med school, 2 times, 3 times in a row, I don't know what else I need. This is kind of what gives you that extra oomph on your application, because schools that see that you do well in MHS know that you're capable of handling the course load. So that's what you're really demonstrating more than anything. But specific to our campus is that linkage, having at least the interview taken care of, and the probability of you being accepted is so much higher because the faculty do know you. So which is a big perk.
Yeah, definitely. So I think you touched on this a little bit, but can you talk a little bit about the admissions requirements for the program?
Absolutely. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. Let's get this full screen for you. All right, so for MHS, of course, you need to have a minimum of a bachelor's degree. You can apply with your degree in progress. That's okay, but you do need to have obtained your bachelor's before the start of the program. Now, this cycle, so the July of 2021, is the last year that we will be accepting a 2.9 GPA for both your science and your cumulative. If you're applying for the next cycle, which is July of 2022, the GPA requirement is a 3.0 for both science and cumulative. So I do want to make sure that that's clarified, and it is listed on our website as well. These are the prerequisite course requirements you have to have obtained with at least C or higher. But again, these are on the website. Now, if you're not sure if maybe you took a course and you're not sure if it falls under, biology, or if it falls under, inorganic chemistry, just shoot me an email and I can send you some information just to verify that the courses you've taken do meet the prerequisite subjects. All right, now additionally, we do require a minimum of 2 recommendation letters. One has to be from either a pre-professional or an academic committee summary letter, or from a practicing healthcare provider. So if you're volunteering at a clinic, or if you're working as a scribe, so if you're working in healthcare already, you can obtain a letter from a healthcare provider. Your second letter must come from a college science professor, not an English professor, not a psychology professor. It has to be a science professor. And the reason for that is because MHS is, of course, science-based, and it's very rigorous. So we want to make sure that we can see that you've been doing well. You have that recommendation from a science professor to know and really acknowledge and validate your capabilities in a rigorous science courses. Now, as far as direct patient care or shadowing, it's not required for MHS. However, if you are interested in either the PA or the DO program, those do have specific requirements. And we always recommend that you try your best to have met those minimum hours before starting MHS, because MHS, it's not a research-based program. And unfortunately, we don't give you the opportunity to receive that healthcare experience during the program, because you're spending all of your time studying, preparing for your exams, preparing for the MCAT or the GRE. So there's really no time in there for you to do volunteering or get that extra healthcare experience. So just kind of keep in mind, if you are aiming for some of these other programs, definitely do your best to, have received at least a minimum 500 hours of direct patient care experience for the PA program, or at least several quality shadowing hours of a physician for the DO program. And that, differs from program to program, from school to school, but as many as you can obtain would be amazing. Oh, and then I think the next question is about applying it. Since I have the slides, I'm just going to kind of keep talking about the application process. So as far as applying to MHS, you have 2 options. The first is what we call post-bac CAS. So the post-bac CAS application is optional, but it's very highly suggested because it verifies all of your coursework, it verifies all of your GPAs for us. So this really expedites that review process. It makes it so much quicker for both your end and my end. So post-bac CAS opens mid-August. So let's say you want to apply for the next cycle, which is July of 2022. So post-bac CAS, you have to wait until August when it becomes available, and the deadline is April 10th. So if you wanted to apply this year, you just missed the cutoff for post-bac CAS. The online Touro application is required. That opens up August 1st of every year, and the application closes May 10th. So you still have a little bit of time, a few more weeks before it closes for this incoming July cycle. So just an FYI. But if you do have specific questions, or you're not sure how to access something, I'll share my email with you all towards the end. That way you can reach out to me. We can kind of chit chat, what's the best way to apply, what documents you need to submit, and all those good things. Oops, there we go. Okay.
Cool. All right, awesome. Then I will go ahead and skip on to the next question, which is my little, I call it the bonus question that I like to ask everybody. So what is a piece of career or life advice that you wish someone had given you when you were a student that you'd like to share?
Yeah, oh, so many things I wish I knew when I was younger. I think just more on a personal note, I wish someone would have told me more how to save my money and manage my money. I think when I was younger and I got my first job, I was like, oh, I can just spend it all. But it's so important to learn kind of those, money management skills and, figure out what you want to do and everyone's path is different. And that's something that I always stress. Your sibling might have their own thing going on, and that's fine. But I know parent expectations, there's a lot of stressors. There's a lot of people kind of, aiming us towards a certain career field. If you're feeling like, okay, well, I want to go into healthcare, but that's not really my strength. That's something that you really need to focus on and, okay, figure out what it is that your strength is. Just because, mom wants you to be a nurse, or just because dad wants you to go into teaching, it doesn't mean that you're going to be passionate about that. So, take a variety of classes, learn what you love, find out what you love, be passionate about it. And whatever you decide to do it because you love it and because you have those strengths. Unfortunately, a lot of people say, I'm really passionate about, X, Y, or Z, but your strengths lie elsewhere. So figure out what your strengths are and really hone in on those skills. And, network, talk to people. It's so important to have those conversations with your family, include your family in your decision making, talk to your advisors, talk to your friends. And it's okay for you to have something that's completely different than everyone else in your family. Like, you have to do your thing and be just 100% amazing at what you do.
Absolutely, and I have to take that opportunity to plug some of our services in the Career Services Center, because if you don't know what you want to do yet, if you're still exploring different options, we do have, you can make an appointment with our office to sort of explore different majors, explore different career paths with each major to sort of help you along that path of deciding what to do, because I know for me, that was something that took me a very long time to figure out what I wanted to do, and we're here to help. So. Yeah. So if students have additional questions and they want to reach out to you, how can they do that?
Right now, since we are still working remotely, I don't have an office. It's in my house. But I would say email is the best form of contact. You can always schedule a Zoom meeting with me. We can figure that out. That way we can chit chat one-on-one. So that would be the best way to contact me. And I can display my email now, but you can always find it on the website. So if you just click MHS or the 3+1, you'll find my email on there. So just shoot me an email and I'll make sure to respond as soon as possible. Did you want me to display it real quick?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Sorry. Sorry about that. I'll put it in like the description box of the video and things like that too, but definitely, yeah, whatever you'd like to show. Perfect.
There we go. And of course, we are on social media. We have Facebook groups for our incoming students. Each program has their own Facebook group. So if you do apply to one of our programs and you get accepted, we make sure to, have tons of communication. On Twitter, you can find us on Instagram. A lot of our current students have their own kind of podcasts and their own, videos. So we like to include them as well in our advertising. And, if you have questions, our incoming students or our current students are a great way to, figure out, maybe the student perspective. So there's tons of people, tons of places, ways that you can be involved and ways that you can receive the right information. So if you're not sure, always ask. Don't be afraid to ask a question.
Yeah, but I know I sound like a broken record, and because I do this in every single video I do, but please don't be afraid to reach out. That we get into this job because we want to talk to students. That's our whole job. That's what we want to do. So please do not be afraid to reach out to Elsa or to any other, for any program you're looking into. Find contact information of people who can give you the best guidance you can possibly give. And we're here to help too, of course, but the information that they know the programs inside and out. They'll be able to guide you through the process. So please don't be afraid. And they're all very nice because we're people. That's the other reason we get into this. We like working with people. So yeah, please reach out.
Absolutely, please do. I look forward to meeting you all, either that's virtually or in person at some point this year, maybe next, who knows, but at some point or another, we will chit chat.
Yes. So thank you so much, Elsa, for your time. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much
for inviting us and putting this together. I know I could have definitely used this when I was younger. So I hope all of you, students, incoming students, friends, share the information and please take advantage of, the free resources that are out there. So I hope to speak to you all soon. Thank you again, Zach. Did we miss anything? Did I need to include something else? I think we covered everything.
I don't think so, but yeah, feel free to let me know if you think of anything afterwards. But yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you everybody for watching and have a great day.
Perfect. Thank you all.
Right, bye.